What is happening, YouTube? Let's talk a little bit about MIDI. I wanted to take the opportunity to show you a few things while I'm hooking up the MIDI cables, because now is the time when you can actually see what is happening. When everything is hooked up, it becomes a maze and a jungle of chords, and it's hard to tell and explain what is going on. So from the top, here is the Squarp Pyramid. I have one MIDI cable coming out of it. You see right there, that's port A. That cable comes all the way around here, past the mixer, into one of my RK-004 MIDI hubs. This is a 7-port hub. It has 7 ports that could either be treated as inputs or outputs. This one that's kind of over here on the far right is the output of the Squarp Pyramid, and the 2 up here go into my custom MIDI hubs. So one of these MIDI cords connects to this blue 4-port hub, and then another one goes through past this stuff to this 4-port MIDI hub. And then this 4-port MIDI hub has a TRS 1/8" cable that connects to this 4-port MIDI hub to supply power and the MIDI signal to it. So what I have now are 4 ports here, 4 ports here, and then another 4 ports here, which gives me a total of 12 outputs. And then I still have left over 4 ports here on the RK-004. So I'm going to fill up these 3 4-port MIDI hubs first, and whatever's left over can come out of the RK-004, and I'll save it for last because those 4 empty slots can be treated as inputs or outputs. Very, very, very handy. So right now, just as a test, the only thing that I have hooked up is the TR-08 drum machine back here, and MIDI signal is getting to it just wonderfully fine. I suppose I could give a demonstration. It's not really necessary. I could talk about a few other things, but mainly speaking, I guess what I would like to explain is that all of these synthesizers over here, these 6 Behringers, these 6 Roland Boutiques, these 2 Korg Electribes, and this Crave, with the with the exception of this TR-09, all of these are going to be feeding off of that MIDI port A that I just showed you. The TR-09 is going to be feeding off of port B for reasons that I don't want to get into right now. If you're really curious though, you're more than welcome to ask as a comment below, and I'll tell you why this is on a separate port apart from all the rest of these that it's surrounded by. It's a very good reason. We'll get to that into another video sometime. You may already know the answer because I've already explained it once before. These 2 are going to be a little special. We'll get to those at some point later. And then as you can see, I really haven't finished anything else over here. Might not be able to hear it, but I can control the TR-08 from right here. And that's it for this video. I hope that explains how my MIDI setup works. Once again, the Squarp has 2 ports, port A and port B. Right now I have port A ready to go. All I need to do is get all of these synthesizers connected in. I will explain one more thing. So this gives me a total of 16 synthesizers that I can hook up behind the scenes that you just saw. And when you're looking at are pretty much 16 synthesizers. However, some of these have through ports, and you better believe I'm going to utilize them. It's okay to have 1 piggyback jump, maybe 2. I'm only going to use 1 piggyback jump. So the 2 Electribes have through ports, and 2 of these Boutiques will piggyback off of them. Not sure which ones yet. Just basically whichever chords reach the best. Likewise, the Behringers up here, they also have through ports. So I'm only going to need to have 3 of them connected directly to the 4-port hub beneath them. These synthesizers over here will just sort of piggyback, and you can already see I have the Pro 1 piggybacking off of the Wasp. The Wasp when it does have MIDI coming in right here, MIDI through will flow out of this cord into the MIDI import on the Pro 1. All right, I hope that clears a bunch of stuff up, and hopefully this will be up and running super, super duper soon. Bye-bye.